Hey guys, welcome back to my value betting journey from 1K to 2K with Trademate Sports. As always, check out some of the videos that I've done so far from week 0 to week 2, just so you get an idea of my progression so far and where I was before this week started. In terms of the week of sport we've just had, nothing too crazy happening, no big upsets or any exciting news or anything. For me, I'd say the most crazy thing that happened was Japan beating Ireland in the Rugby World Cup, which is kind of like the equivalent of maybe Australia beating France in the Football World Cup. So it was a big upset. But yeah, here's how I went in week 3. So guys, as you can see, it's been a pretty good week. Last time I left you, I was sitting at around here. And from there I've gone up, and I would say this was about until Saturday. So I had a very good start to just during the weekdays. And then from there I actually incurred a terrible Saturday where at one point I actually lost 24 trades in a row. But luckily I was able to pick it back up on Sunday, and as you can see, it was probably my best day yet on the job, profiting around $230 from around 70 trades. So guys, I'd say my biggest feat of week 3 was getting past the 500 trade mark. So as you can see, I'm at 590 now. It doesn't seem like a major feat, but if you look at this article that I showed you guys last week, the Trademate user data statistical analysis, our percentage of customers drops off significantly after 500 trades, which is basically counterintuitive if your goal is to make as much money as possible. As you can see in these statistics, your chances of profiting grow as you place more trades. So the moral of the story here is to not stop after placing 500 trades. Keep going. Another thing I'd like to show you guys is my closing EV. So as you can see here, it has risen to $87, whereas my total profits is $249. The thing is that I should be running closer to my EV, so I can't get too emotionally attached to my profits, as over time, as I said, this closing EV will get closer to my profits. So I am massively overperforming at the moment, and no matter how I'm performing, whether good or bad or okay, my goal remains the same, placing a high number of trades that have an edge over the bookies. So another great thing that's happened to me this week is I was actually able to turn over my bonus with CoolBet. So as you can see, I've turned over a lot of money with CoolBet. And at the start, if you remember in my week 0 video, I placed roughly a 2020 US dollars into my CoolBet account, and they doubled that with the bonus, and I've turned that over now. So that's all my money, which is absolutely brilliant. So it's basically free money. But what that's done is it's actually risen. I've had a rise in my balance. So now what I've actually done is, instead of adding money to CoolBet, I've actually just made a new account here. So my bonus was 1,985 NOK. So I've just put that in a random bookie there, just so I've got a rough idea of what my actual starting balance is now that I've turned over that bonus. And what this also means is that my max betting size has now changed. So I'll show you what I've done, but basically it's risen to $30 max betting size. As you can see, my account has risen from not only my profits, but also from turning over that bonus. So I'm nearly at the 1,500 mark. And as you guys will remember, my max bet size is always 2% of my bankroll. So now that my balance has risen to nearly $1,500, 2% of that is $30. So my max bet size is now $30. So as always, guys, I've taken some screenshots of my trades of the week. Here you can see is my biggest winning edge of the week. So I got on at 195 and it actually reduced to 150. Some good, that's probably my biggest edge so far. And my biggest losing edge of the week, I got on at 330, rose to 360, so not great. Biggest win, 22 US dollars, it's pretty decent. And my biggest loss, as always, is normally my max betting size. So around 20 US dollars or 180 NOK. That's all for week 3, guys. As always, another big week in sports coming up. You've got the Europa League and Champions League midweek, along with the Rugby World Cup continuing. Big game also on Sunday, the NRL Grand Final. If you're an Australian or New Zealander, that's quite a big spectacle. Other than that, you've got Spurs Munich on Tuesday night, Barcelona Inter on Wednesday night. But yeah, there's nothing too much other than that I would keep an eye out for. So see you next week.